Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to the American Investor Show. Please click subscribe if this is your first time listening. From trader and CEO interviews to breaking news about companies you won't hear anywhere else, nobody does a better job at keeping you in the know when it comes to penny stocks. The term penny stock generally refers to a security issued by a very small company that trades at less than $5 per share. Penny stocks are extremely risky, yet they offer rates of return on investment not seen anywhere else. The host, guest, and callers are not registered financial advisors licensed by any government entity, and therefore, the following should be considered entertainment. The host, guest, and callers disclaim all liability in the event any information, commentary, analysis, opinions, advice, and/or recommendations prove to be inaccurate, incomplete, or unreliable, or result in any investment losses. Before investing in penny stocks, you should consult a professional to determine what strategy may be best for your individual needs. Now, without further ado, your host, LaSalle Anungu.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you for joining me here. Let me go ahead and refresh that chat room. There we go. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Mark Mann, Felix Sapini, Bad Scientist, More Peace, Michael B. What's up? First man in the room. Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I want to start this show off with an apology, ladies and gentlemen. I want to start this show off with an apology. I want to say a big, you told me so, and I'm sorry to those of you guys who love Bitcoin. I have now become a believer in Bitcoin. Now, most of you already know who've been watching me for, some time now that, I'm African, born in Africa. Someone from my mother's side of the family, born in the Democratic Republic of Congo, one of the poorest countries in the world, I think like the second less than Somalia, although incredibly minerally rich, right? Incredibly mineral, gold, platinum, all that crap. They called our home like they do many times, and they asked for some money. And this was a very different call because instead of asking for US dollars, these people who, again, let's make less than $3 a day. Literally less than $3 a day. Ask my parents for Bitcoin. It blew my mind when my mom and dad called me. They said, "Son, they're not asking for dollars. They're asking for Bitcoin." They're saying the women who are in the market selling fish, the women in the market selling bread and soap, they are using their cell phones to transmit Bitcoin between each other. They're saying they don't want the local currency anymore. They're saying that because the US dollar in the Congo has been, you can't tell the real from the fake, that some of the shopkeepers, they don't even want it. They don't even want dollars. They're saying, pull out your cell phone and send me whatever it is, that amount of Bitcoin. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. In this so-called dark part of the world, that local shopkeepers are now talking about Bitcoin. And it woke me up. It woke me up. Forget what America thinks about Bitcoin. Forget it. I don't care if they try to regulate it. That's America. I'm talking about the rest of the world. People who are from these countries like Congo, where the populace doesn't trust local government, where the local currency is worthless, where shopkeepers can't tell the real from the fake, but they can go to a global market and know they can get a truly verifiable, liquid, accepted, mass accepted currency. Now, I know you guys had bounced those kind of ideas off me, but I think when you finally see it, right? When you finally see it on a level that you was like, what the hell? These are people who don't have barely a high school education, and they're coming and talking about, don't send me US dollars. I don't want you to send me MoneyGram, because I don't think the guy at the MoneyGram office, I don't think he's giving me real US dollars. I need you to send it to me in Bitcoin. It blew my mind. It blew my mind. So I want to send that apology to all you Bitcoin. It's the real deal. I will never talk down on it again. When you're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, you got to understand the Democratic Republic of Congo. This is one of the most poorest places in the world. My father gets calls from random people from our village who saying, I have a daughter here for your son. I would be honored if your son would take my daughter as his wife. Why? Because that place is so poor that they will be willing to call a stranger in a foreign land, the United States of America, because that father knows that that woman will have a better life living with a stranger in the United States than in the Congo. And these people are now saying, we're going to do business in Bitcoin. Crazy. Crazy, man. We haven't seen the beginning. We haven't seen the beginning yet. We haven't seen the beginning yet. We haven't seen the beginning yet. This ain't nothing, man. This really ain't nothing. I'm talking about a country with, 200, 300 million people, Most of them unaccounted for. We haven't talked about what could possibly happen in places like India, Nigeria, all these South American countries. Venezuela. We're talking about Bitcoin in Venezuela now. They're taking Bitcoin. They don't even want their own currency. Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. This man. It gets real when it gets local. It gets real when it gets local, folks. I just want you to see it, man. I was always under the impression that, oh man, it's a fucking, blah, blah, blah. Because I kept thinking US. It's bigger than that, man. It's bigger than that. Coinbase. Just go to Coinbase. Yeah, that's how we sent the money today. It was through Coinbase. We just sent it through Coinbase. Crazy shit, man. Completely quick. Literally over the phone. Got the new, hey, yes, we received it. Didn't have to deal with anything. They just got it right there. Boom. Into their account. They didn't have to go visit some MoneyGram office. Not sure whether or not they were getting real dollars or, over the phone. Hey, does it have that little line by the edge? All right. Do you see that little thing? They didn't have to even go through that. Crazy, man. All right. Thank you guys so much. I'm sorry, but I had to let you guys know, man. I had to let you guys know. Man, I'm a believer now, man. I'm a believer now. George M., you said you live in Bolivia. All the restaurants are taking Bitcoin instead of cash. Is serious. Absolutely. Absolutely. You guys, their local currencies for the most part are worthless. For the most part are worthless because the prices on them are dictated, by what standard? Who knows? Who's to say that the US dollar is 300 times more than worth $300 more than one Bolivian, whatever the currency is. Now we got a fair exchange. Completely fair exchange. Everybody's on a fair playing field now. Globally. So just because you were born in the US or born in England or born in France, you don't get an advantage over somebody who was born in Bolivia, Pakistan, Somalia. This is great. And if you want to help somebody in that country, right, you can send them money directly. And they're going to get it, and they can do whatever it is they want with it. Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. Now, yeah. You know, I remember guys used to come in the chat room and talk about Bitcoin 10,000. Bro, I'm talking Bitcoin 100,000. I'm talking Bitcoin 100,000. You know, that's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about. Get out of that 10,000, bro. We're going way past that. Especially the fact that we're dealing with a currency that's losing value, right? We're dealing with the currency that's losing value. So, of course, Bitcoin is going to continue to go higher. The value of the dollar is losing. And the value of Bitcoin is rising. It just makes sense. It's not even again, I said, like, literally, this came up at like 10 o'clock, and I just been doing research. When you just do the numbers, right? And you find out, okay, where in the world are population growth just going? And you pull up these countries, Nigeria, India, okay, Brazil, all right, okay, Mexico, okay. And all of them have populace that have incredibly, what's the word for it? They don't trust their local government. And many of the wealthy, many of the well-educated, for the last 40, 50 years, in order to hedge against a crazy, a sophisticated political system in that country, you had to do what? You had to put your money in U.S. Treasury bonds or buy gold or go on U.S. equities. That's basically all you could do if you were a millionaire in some third world country to hedge out of the chaos that surrounds you and uncertainty. Now, you can just put all your money on Bitcoin. You can just put all your money on Bitcoin, and now you not only are beating inflation, you're hedging against, not only you keeping up with inflation, you're actually getting capital appreciation at levels the United States stock market and gold cannot give you. Cannot give you. All right, let me get off the pedestal. Because I'm sorry. I'm just like in awe right now, because there's just so much still I need to learn about it, because now it's about how does this scale up? How does this, but it's just going so fast, man. All you need is a cell phone and you're in business. That's really all you need. All you need is a cell phone and you're in business. You don't need a bank. You don't need nothing, just a cell phone. All right, let's get to penny stocks. Let's get to penny stocks, which probably one day will all be quoted in Bitcoin. Now, shit, it could get to that point. Overall, the markets did pretty well today. S Industrials led the way. We saw a slight pullback in the tech sector. Qs today, power shares. Qs pulled back. Facebook, I was in Facebook. I told you guys I was so excited about that. They beat earnings. And then Mark Zuckerberg goes on the conference call and basically shits on his own company. The guy made $10 billion in about 5 minutes, went on the conference call, and basically shitted on his own company. Basically showing a lot of fear, like, we're going to do our best for the whole thing, blah, blah, blah. So we'll see where they opened up at. But it was selling off into the after-hours session. But look, that's a very low volume market, so we'll see where everything opens up at on Facebook. I'm not too worried about it. I bought as I told you guys yesterday, 2 contracts Cost me about almost $4,400 on the 160 call. 160 call because something told me like I got to get something deep in the money just in case. And I'm glad I got the 160 call. So now I'm not getting hurt at all with whatever comes out tomorrow. I really don't care. But if we come out, basically with no gain, it is what it is. It was kind of just a waste of a day. Londell Carter, what's up? You said got me excited. Yeah, I'm excited about the opportunity, man. I'm excited about the opportunity because we haven't, I don't want to make this a Bitcoin show. I'm not going to do that. But we haven't even scrubbed the surface, man. We haven't even scrubbed the surface, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, haven't even scrubbed the surface. It's not even close. Go beyond America. Go beyond America, dude. I don't care what the federal government thinks about it. JP Morgan, go beyond. Go beyond. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I've been talking to you guys about Snap. Come join us. Join us while you can. I think the day really was this morning. Snap losing 5%. Snap earnings next week. So we're all in the $14 puts. Been hawking this pretty much for the last almost week and a half. Many of you guys have told me you're already in profit. That's what's up. So am I. So we're hopefully Snap comes out. They deliver what everyone is expecting. Horrible news. Of course, get your insurance on the call side just in case. But Snap losing 5% of value today alone. And that's going to continue to go lower. We expect another red day for Snap tomorrow as that goes into earnings. All right. Let's keep it going. Some tickers already showing up there. BTCS. Man, here's the thing about, dude, it's not even worth buying Bitcoin stock, dude. Just go straight to get yourself some Bitcoin. Why even bother, Cali Rob, with the Bitcoin stock? Just go take that $50 and buy Bitcoin. It doesn't even make sense. You guys know I was all about shorting MGTI. Go look at the video. Pulled up MGTI at 250, called it my short of the week. We held it, sold it at, I think, like 184, 185. This was a couple days ago last week, right? And, here's you got some covering and whatnot, but even into the covering, losers bought into that and it's selling off. The Bitcoin stock doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. All right, they're all beautiful shorts. If you see a Bitcoin stock, short the shit out of it. All right. Stock Trapper, yeah, just what I said, man. Oh, okay, Cali Rob, you were answering somebody's question. Okay, cool. Dom Will, what's up, man? If there's no dollar, how much is it a Bitcoin? Well, it's at 6,000 something right now. It's at 6,000 something. Bitcoin 7,000 is just right around the corner. It's just right around the corner. All right. So let's pull up. Let's keep it going. Stock of the day looks like was this LBIX thing. But here was another one that kind of left a lot of people. There's LBIX. That's why I left a lot of people up there. No shares, unfortunately, were available. But as I saw, that's why I love these colored volume bars. You can kind of start to see the weakness developing in the chart. And then we saw it break some of my favorite indicators, the 15 and 30. And boom, I wanted it right here. And as you see, it stayed underneath it until you get a clear cross, and that's where you would cover. But no shares were available on Interactive Brokers, my broker. So LBIX, nice gain for anybody who played the morning. As you can see here, respected the moving averages in the morning. Contact me, happypennystocks@gmail.com, if you don't have that moving averages book that I give out here. But find yourself a great moving average pair to use in the morning on whatever time frame, whether you like the 2-minute short side or even these higher time frames, maybe the 10-minute, whatever it is, find yourself a good moving average pair, or maybe, or a good indicator, and trade off for you beginners out there. That's kind of really where, trading kind of starts off at. Not only just understanding the the tickers and candlesticks, but understanding and having a good moving average that can just kind of at least not give you a signal per se, but at least confirm thoughts you may have about where the stock could be going. All right. Let's keep it going. Tesla looking grim. Yeah, Tesla's selling off after hours. The conference call, the dude sounded real pissed. He sounded kind of pissed. You had a lot of journalists lately writing a lot of hit pieces. Tesla's selling off, man. It looks real bearish on Tesla. Real bearish right now. Tesla, they're talking possibly Tesla 300. Here's the thing when you talk about Tesla, the competition is catching up, man. The competition is catching up. And although Tesla was the first out the gate, they may not be the one to end up finishing. You got GM, Ford, Chrysler, Fiat Chrysler. They're catching up, guys. And it's not like GM doesn't have an electric car. GM has an electric car. So General Motors looking pretty bearish over the last couple days. But see here over the last couple of days is sold off. Ooh, it looks like a nice drop here, but green day today for that. So we'll see if it can get back to winning again on GM. But absolutely. BVTK. BVTK, let me take off my moon. BVTK, green day today was selling off. Nobody was bringing this up over when the sell-off. Now it's a green day. You guys want to talk about BVTK? I don't know, man. I mean, you found that support, right? You found the support. Let's see if we was right on the dot. Was it? Oh, yes, very close. Okay, so you bounced that support. Let's see if you hold it, man. Let's see if you hold it. Could have told you that this was coming as it broke the pattern right here. All right, brought that trend right there when it broke off of it from the lows. It did not set a higher low. In fact, it set a lower high. You ended up breaking off, and now you are where you are. So now you just have to fight to hell to stay above 0024. You got to fight like hell to stay above 0024, and we'll see if the next couple of days prove that. So you need a green day tomorrow, right? You need a green day tomorrow. You're going to be opening up at 0034, where it closed it today, and as long as you stay above that, but if you crack support, ay. Chart writer, what's up? Katisha Boyd. Acer W? Is that what you're bringing up? Acer Therapeutics. This is a warrant. It's got decent volume, but I don't know too much about it. I know there are some people who buy warrants and trade warrants. If I'm correct, warrants give you the privilege of being able to turn, I think, one share into several others before a certain date of something something of that rather. I'm a little bit confused on it because these are not common shares or, quote, ordinary shares. So I'm not too familiar with warrants and how this particular warrant could work and whatever the conditions are for this. So I prefer sticking to common shares. I'm not a big fan of warrants. Yeah, it's like a privilege thing. It's like a certificate of and it's got certain rules and obligations underneath it. I just stick to common shares. All right. I saw that Cali Rob. No, who brought that? Cool Cats. GAHC is the only Bitcoin related stock that you like. Okay. Yeah, you guys remember the big kahuna in Bitcoin stock was that GBTC that Andrew Leff came out and basically said, hey, this is a piece of trash, but it's back to 800, getting close to its highs, right? Getting close to back to its highs. GBTC, which was a stock that used to run with MGTI, one that Looks like it's diverted, and that's going to hell. But GBTC, this is really the only quote-unquote fund available to individuals who just, for whatever reason, didn't want to go into Bitcoin, and you had this kind of OTC Bitcoin investment trust that was supposed to manipulate the way or follow along with the way Bitcoin traded. And it was doing that until Andrew Leff came and basically tore down from those highs. So it was doing very much what it was supposed to be doing. And now here we go, GBTC going back higher. Going back higher. All right, but as I've been saying, just go buy Bitcoin. Just go buy Bitcoin. Callie Robb, I 100% agree with you. CDR, let's take a look at it. CDR, let's take a look at it. Cedar Realty Trust, 3.3%. Yeah, you came off after a big day after a sell-off, but again, not great volume, right? Only 700,000 shares. So not the greatest volume in this thing. Real estate company, real estate investment trust, great. I mean, 3% day, like it. I don't like where you are in the chart. Not a lot of security over there to jump off from, but we'll see if the bears are truly out of it. One stock we discussed yesterday that ran nicely today, and you brought it up in Twitter today to me. Icon, ICON, Katisha Boyd, up 22%. Pure technicals on this situation. Looks like pure technicals here with a nice gain. Still oversold here, as you can see here on the daily chart. 19 on the RSI, 19 on the RSI for Icon. 19 on the RSI. Let me see. We talked about, where is GE at? Had a similar pattern to, okay, so GE still selling off. Wow. Okay, GE still selling off. So I guess it does want that $18. Remember at that 21.83, we talked about putting an $18 put on GE, and it looks like it wants the $18. Although, as you can see here, the candlesticks are getting smaller, so you're starting to see weakness in the selling, and buyers should be coming back in here and overwhelming any kind of selling pressure, as now RSI is at 20. Yeah, 20 right now. So, but it's still a very dangerous play. ONCI. Let's look at ONCI. Talk about ONCI. There's also a semiconductor play, ON, that's going to be having earnings really soon. That should kill too. ONCI, on for communications. All right. Not the prettiest wedge in the world, but it's developing. It's developing somewhat. All right. Got some safety there at 1 to be exact. Although you had 4 million shares traded today, but weren't able to really do anything. Looks like I was following this stock a long time ago, back in August. Let's just get rid of those drawing tools. ONCI. Let's see if you can bounce off there. I like the chart. I mean, set your stops pretty tight at support, right? Set your stop pretty tight at support. But you got a lot of potential. You got a lot of potential, especially with this kind of volume. Solid volume. 4 million shares traded on the ONCI. Yeah, my turd stock of the week, my turd stock of the day though was CYCC. Did you guys see CYCC today? That is my turd stock of the day. CYCC, opened up because news came out pre-market. You saw all these buyers rush in pre-market. Stock opened up and just shitted on everybody. I mean, that was just a disaster. Absolute disaster. CYCC. Definitely my turd stock of the day. And we flush those around here. And CYCC. Horrible. All right. Yeah, we talked about LBIX. Nice day today on LBIX. Will it be able to build off that? We haven't been able to get any consistent multiple day runners since HMNY. We haven't been able to get, it's been almost 2 weeks now since we've had a consistent multiple day runner coming from the small caps. Alpha Lewis, you said you shorted HMNY today? That's what's up. All right, so we haven't been able to get a multiple day runner. If you remember yesterday's show, we were looking forward to PYDS. Come to find out, literally 5 minutes after the end of my show, I find out PYDS is a pump. I find out it's a pump. I sent out the tweet literally after the show. Somebody's like, hey, man, I didn't want to call in, but I just wanted to let you know it's a pump, and this is the website that sent it. I said, send me a copy of the email. Send a copy of the email. And yes, it was, in fact, a pump. It was a pump. And on that Twitter, I put out the guy's Twitter handle, and I sent a little pic. I also posted a pic of the email. But, yeah, this is a pump. This is a pump. So it looks like either him and the company coordinated with each other to put this out here. Guy's getting paid $10,000 for this week to push PYDS. So that's the story here, PYDS on that one. But they do have earnings coming up, and that was pretty, solid number that they put out there. So on that guidance that they released, and that's what caused the stock to go up almost 70% on day one. You're down just 7% today, so it's still up there big time. You still got, for whatever reason, some longs who don't want to get out of there, but as you can see here, volume completely dried up. I mean, look at the volume, just literally dry up going into this morning. I mean, there's nobody home at all. I don't know where all of these traders went from yesterday. They literally disappeared. So PYDS, longs in there are going to have to make up their mind, because if they're not careful, especially if you're in big, you're going to be selling for a huge loss as you try to find buyers on level 2, which more than likely going to end up having you to lower your ask and hit somebody's bid that's probably way low than what you bought it for. All right. XNet. Let's keep it moving. XNet. These are ADR, so it's what, a foreign company? Looks like they're based out of China. XNet up 29%. Here's the 5-minute chart. As you can see here, beautiful day today. Volume coming in, interesting enough, at the end of the day. Why did volume come in at 3? Looks like all that volume coming in at 3. You had a nice run into the morning. It then started drying up here as volume gets a little lighter. Then all of a sudden you have buyers, as if somebody sent out something and said, hey, buy the stock. All right, so this is another pump or what? A little bit too expensive to be one. And trades on a higher exchange, trades on the NASDAQ. 2.2 million shares is the average. I'm not seeing what it traded today, though. But be very careful. You're getting overextended there. 93 on the RSI with that close. 93 on the RSI. But boy, look at that gain. $2.74, up 30%. Up 30% with that gain today. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for a stock over $10 a share. Yeah, that's huge. Huge move. Let's take a look at some other ones. NRBT. Novus Robotics. Novus Robotics. Very light volume. Only 50,000 shares traded here. So very, very light volume. Interesting. I mean, look, this is an interesting chart, right? I mean, somebody's buying it, but as you can see here, it doesn't really much have popularity, but somebody's buying it very, very lightly on the way up. All right, but as you can see, not a very popular company, and that PE ratio is insane. 132 times earnings. That's an insane PE ratio, man. That means this stock is very, very expensive relative to earnings. So that's a very expensive stock, even at, yes, $1.82. All right, at 132 times earnings, you're talking about a stock that probably should be trading maybe less than a dime, bro. I mean, so be very careful here. So obviously this would be considered a growth stock. So do they have possibly some interesting technology that they're doing, or just looking at the name, obviously Novus Robotics, so it probably has something to do with maybe AI, and inform us on that. I'm interested to knowing more. EBIO, 74 cents, down 22%. Down 22%. Wow. All right. So that was an ugly morning for these guys here. If we get back to the daily chart, let's see what happened here. Ooh, okay. So it was bearish going into the day, and you just basically had traders just decided we've had enough. And man, way to kill those longs today, because that's just monster kill. EBIO oversold now, but I don't know if you want any part of that. What's going on, Joe Silva? WFT volume coming in. Weatherford International oil play. Yeah, we saw a little bit of a move in some of these oil stocks today. I saw a few oil plays come on the chart today. That one, Next Gen Energy, Obsidian Energy, Approach Resources, Baytex Energy, Magna Gas. So yeah, we saw a few oil plays. Finally, PES, one of our favorites here. So you're playing among us. We saw some oil plays responding finally to this increase of what the Saudis were doing. So we talked about the Saudis yesterday, about how they're playing games with the market. But interesting to see now some of these oil and gas plays responding to higher gasoline prices or crude prices here in the U.S. globally. PES, can we get to that? I've always said PES. I put that chart up. As you can see here, it just kind of funnels in between 171 and 250. So if we hold that, then very well PES could get to that, and you'll be looking at where 45, about 50. Yeah, let's just say 50 cents from here. You're exactly at $2 on PES. So I like that play, George M. I like that play when you're talking about these small oil and gas plays. Again, you got to have oil stay to where it is. I'm not seeing ICBN, my man. I just put in ICBN. CYTR on a stock split. Do we see a drop at this point? That's what you're supposed to see. As you can see here, I mean, the stock opened up a lot higher. It opened up at 251, and then it ended up closing at 210. So here's what happened today in CYTR. So we talked about this yesterday. Yeah, stock splits bring the blood, man. It smells like a great short, CYTR. And that's the thing about stock splits, is that they don't change the underlying fundamentals of the business. And you're going to have shorts all over this tomorrow. So don't let that gain showing there fool you. That's all mathematics of the split. But I wouldn't be surprised if you have a big red day tomorrow in CYTR. As traders load up and just, shorters just have a lunch on CYTR, because now you got a lot of meat on that bone, and that's going to be sub $1 very soon. Unless they come out, to keep traders at bay, right? Unless they come out with something to keep traders at bay, that's selling off. I expect that very much to sell off. All right. 1 second here. All right. Can EVIO be a good dip buy from here? I don't know. Let's get one more day. Of selling, because, or at least a couple more days, because I'm not sure that selling is done. If we go back to the EBIO chart, as you see, this was very convincing selling into today's move. So, and it doesn't mean that it's over. This wasn't just a one-day drop out of nowhere. This was, a capitulation that had been happening over the last several days. All right, This wasn't just a one-off thing that we saw today in kind of like stocks like CVRS. I don't know if you guys saw CVRS today. Penny stock, we haven't talked about this one. It's not one of the most popular, but also one of those robotics plays. It's kind of one of those robotic surgeon kind of things. So it looks like they, didn't do so well on something. I don't believe it was earnings because their earnings, it wasn't earnings because the earnings is November 7th. But this is one of those companies that plans on doing some kind of robotic surgery. Corindus Vascular Robotics. Interesting product, but they just can't seem to, make it work for whatever reason. But now sub $1 territory. Sub $1 territory. Hasn't seen that since March, and that's where it is right now. Okay. NTIP got 2 new contracts. And of course, guys, if you guys got breaking news or something we should really take a look at, you guys know what the line is, 305-600-2896. Network One Technologies, low volume, only 84,000 shares traded. Yeah, very low volume, my man. No gain today because you really didn't have any traders in it. Didn't really have any traders in that one. WPRT. Carl Nicholas, we'll look at your play next. WPRT Westport Fuel Systems. Okay, so another small cap. Another small cap. Ooh, I love that chart, though. What's going on with this? WPRT. Love that chart. Nice day today, and you're not hot, right? You're just where you want to get in. Here, 59 on the RSI on the daily. Let's take a look at where you are on the weekly chart. Oh, nice. I like that. All right, you're a little warm, but, for the most part, very strong week chart coming in from April. Obviously, missed the run. Would have loved to be a part of the pullback there. And then you see here the confirmation 2-3 weeks in. It's been a beautiful trend for WPRT. Does it have anything left? Going back to the daily, it very well looks like it. But again, it's got to hold those. Let me see here. Okay, so this is actually not a oil. Okay, so it's an engine and powertrain systems company. Westport Fuel Systems fooled me there. So find out what's going on with that. Find out what's going on with that. Earnings are on the 8th. So something's going on with this company here. Obviously, when you see a small cap run like this, business must be very, very good. Business must be very, very good because contrary to what this stock is doing, IWM, the small cap Russell, actually sold off today. I don't know if you guys saw that, but the small cap Russell actually sold off today, having a huge problem with the 150. And I know there's a lot of talk on the tax bill, and that IWM needs it. IWM needs it. All right, this is one that's been struggling for most of the year, while the large caps have seen most of the gains. People looking for value this summer went to the small caps. IWM started running higher, and now you're having trouble here. So we don't get it. We found out today we're not going to get it this year. We found out today we're not going to get that tax bill this year. So how does IWM's future look? I can't tell you, but it's not looking very good if today was the response. What's that? RMGM? RMGN? RMGM. Don't know anything about this. Down almost 20%. 919. Bad Scientist. What's up, man?
Hey, Sal. How are you, sir?
Doing good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. How's your trading been so far this week?
Been very good. Been very good. I'm anxious to see where Facebook opens up tomorrow because besides that, sold off Buffalo Wild Wings and Twitter yesterday. So that's pretty much all I got is Facebook and Snap right now. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Are you going long on Facebook? Is this a call or put option on Facebook?
Yeah, so I had the 160 call going into earnings for Facebook. I was expecting a $5 plus day. We got $3. Then, going into the conference call, things went sour. So I'm really interested to seeing where Facebook is going to look. Now, the the option expires on Friday. So, I'm probably going to end up holding all day tomorrow, especially if we open up red, just because I think it'll be a dip buy opportunity because that earnings call was incredibly great. That earnings number was incredibly great. And also, when you have companies that beat earnings, especially popular companies like Facebook, analysts will revise their calls on the stock. So you're going to have a lot of analyst revisions coming out tomorrow morning as well as Friday. And those are going to be opportunities for people to dip buy this tomorrow if we do end up red and end up very much well in the green by Friday.
Okay, well, that sounds reasonable enough. Yeah, all the best on that. I'm looking at a few right now. There was an offering. I'm loving these public offerings these days. So eBio, E-B-I-O, had an offering today and probably went down.
Do you think that was probably what caused that huge dump today?
Yes, that was it. Yeah, that was the public offering.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now I was curious. Why would they do a public offering as the stock is selling off? Usually a public offering is you put out some news, buyers come in, and then you dump on them.
That's a good point. That's a good point, and I've seen a few like that as well. But yeah, very good point. I've got no answer for you there, but yeah, that's what further drove the price down.
Okay.
So it even dipped down to as low as 69. But why do I like EBIO? I've kind of followed this company for a while. I'm not saying that it has the best management under the sun, but it is a biotech company that's managed in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Any company that's a biotech company or a healthcare company that's managed in Massachusetts with zero debt and cash on hand, you really want to pay attention to those ones. Now, I contacted my brother who works for a venture capital company in Boston, and he said to me, nah, I'm not going to get this. This is going nowhere. And I said, okay, maybe you believe it's not going anywhere in the long run, but you can definitely get kind of like a short-term play off of this because, once again, I think it's got a recommendation rating of at least a 2, which is pretty good. I think they have about $15 million in total cash with zero debt.
Okay.
And, they've got one of their drugs is in, I believe, is it phase 2 or phase 3? They don't have that rich of a pipeline because typically I like to see a company like IONS. This company has like 20, 30 drugs in its pipeline, and if you guys are ever interested in doing options, IONS, if it just dips, I think tomorrow they might have news. Sorry, I kind of digress, but IONS, you want to look at a company that, think about, they say go for singles and not home runs. This company, IONS, has 30 pitches to where it could hit a home run, basically. So you want to look, when you're looking at biotech, you want to look at their pipeline and see how many drugs they have in phase 1, 2, 3, 4, if they've got a multitude of drugs, 5 to 10 drugs, that, that's something to get into. But anyway, eBio, it's got decent financials. It's Cambridge-based company. They've got 2 or 3, I think, drugs that they're working on right now. But this is a steal from anyone's perspective, which is why I think they went for the offering, even though they're on a downtrend. So pay attention to that and look for a bullish reversal on that. It did dip to 69 and close at 74, but I think just pay attention to it in the next couple of days, because once you get kind of like a bullish harami where you see a small green candle within that large green candle, that may be your chance to get in, or you could just simply wait for the second day of confirmation. But normally that's how these reversals start. It will either be a bullish piercing signal, which will be a green candle starting below that big candle and closing halfway up halfway up today's red candle, or like I said, it will be a bullish harami where you have a little green candle within that body of the red, the big, red downtrending candlestick. So once again, pay attention to EBIO for the public offering reversal bounce, as I call it. So cool on that one. Then I've got a couple of one expensive stock that if you have the money, get into it, or even on an options, a call option on this one, and that's Allegan AGN. AGN. The chart is beautiful on this one. This is, your typical low RSI bullish engulfing signal, and this I think is like $185 stock. Yeah. So you could either go in it as an options play, a call option, or if you have the money, just get into the stock itself. So pay attention to that one. I don't really have too much to say about that one besides I know it's actively traded by, people in the biotech sector. They love it. Okay. And so pay attention to that one. I've got a cheaper one, and this is a beverage stock. This is NBEV. NBEV.
Okay.
And it has the similar, exactly, NBEV. And this has, once again, a similar pattern. You'll notice it's very similar to the Allegan or AGN chart pattern. So pay attention to this one. These are, between you and me, these are like my favorite plays when you're coming down from the lowest RSI and you see this engulfing, bullish engulfing signal. Recently, I've been, like I told you, I think a few days ago with the Bolkowski, he talks about the RSI trading strategy, where basically you look for any stock that's below an RSI of 30. And what you're doing is you can put an alert. I use Thinkorswim. You can use whatever alert or platform you have where you can get an alert of any stock coming from lower than 30 and buy it as it breaches 30, because as you know, typically below an RSI of 30, that's when the stock is oversold.
Yeah.
And below and above RSI 70, it's typically overbought. So you can do this RSI strategy in reverse, where you can come, like me, I'm, biased long. I come in from, stocks that are below 30, and as they accelerate through 30, almost as a breakout, but for RSI, you buy it as it crosses 30. Mm-hmm. And then if you want to short, you can also short as it comes below RSI 70. Yeah. Or if you see it, like I know yesterday you were talking about crazy people buying into stocks that are like RSI 95 or 100 or something like that. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking for in these stocks, and once again, just looking for offering plays, public offering plays. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today, and just testing a few strategies. I'm still using the Ichimoku Cloud, mm-hmm. and I've been playing around in Thinkorswim. Putting in some screens like for cloud breakouts. That's always a favorite. Didn't really look at the OTC market today, but I'm sure that there's some plays there. But these were the ones that caught my attention. And yeah, appreciate your show. And that's all I have for you guys.
There it is. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Bats.
Thank you, Sal. Have a good evening.
Thank you. You too. And by the way, that the play he talked about before this one has a PE of 4, so it's dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. Bats, put that ticker back up. That you just got done talking about. Had a PE of 4, so it's dirt cheap. Dirt cheap and debt free, because that's the only way you would have got it on a biotech. To see a PE ratio period is pretty rare. So definitely a clean balance sheet. For you to see that. So nice move on that. All right. Yeah, I looked at, he talked about OTCs a little bit. I didn't really see any news. I did scan the OTC markets for any, great news. I love that NBEV news. But other than that, I didn't see some of that. We saw some of our old friends like SugarMade. You guys remember SugarMade? Incredible news came out of SugarMade. That was nice. 845, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, Sal, it's Ken. How's it going?
Ken, how's everything, man?
How's it going? I wanted to mention to you that BYOC came down today. I sold it. It's in a channel between 2 and 3, and it got up to 298. And I said I'm not going to watch my profits evaporate.
Okay.
I got out.
Okay, BYOC, you are out. All right, not bad. I mean, looks like it's done it a couple times, but it's rebounded ever since. Let's see if it goes red again, or is a dip by opportunity on its way higher.
Yep. And the other one, the JBZY, that was a couple days ago. I spoke to you about that one, and when it got all the way down to 5.4.
Yeah,
and you said it's going to bounce. It bounced to 7 yesterday morning. Couldn't hold it. Closed at 6.2, and today is at 5.8.
Yeah, it looks like it's a wrap today on that one. I saw this one today too on Investors Hangout, his show during the day too. Looks like that one might be done. JBZY.
Yep. So it seems lately like more of the actions in the regular market, not so much in the OTC.
Yeah, it's been tough, man. I'm telling you, it's been tough to do the show. I mean, I've been struggling. I mean, the last week and a half, because we just have not been able to get some consistency. And look, we're setting incredible records right now on the large caps, and you got guys who they're saying why. Stress out on some of these OTCs, and although what the returns could be, why not me settle for 2% that I know is going to come if I sit in, Intel for 2 days? You know what I mean? So, it's just kind of, it is what it is right now. Hopefully we'll get through this very shortly, and we'll start to see the liquidity and the volume come back onto these small caps.
Do you think also because we're in the middle of earnings season and people are playing calls and puts on these?
Absolutely. I have no doubt. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I mean, if you want volatility that you're so used to getting on these small caps right now, you can't beat. I mean, we had the greatest bull market ever. So if you want the volatility, you got to play some of these large cap earnings. And a lot of people have followed me into the bulls and calls. I mean, puts and calls. And you're seeing a lot of people who are typically guys who just play OTCs and small caps talking about options. And that's kind of what it's going to be for at least another week or so. And then we'll all kind of go back to small caps and OTCs.
I mean, just look at Friday, Amazon made the move, and it was really a no-brainer to buy some calls in BABA last Friday. You could have bought the calls. The stock was at 177, and today at BABA is 188, and then we'll find out earnings at 7 in the morning tomorrow.
Yeah.
What easy money?
Easy money, and I'm not surprised that BABA is going to open up a lot higher. We talked about this one yesterday. It's looking really good. I mean, looking really good. Been holding. It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. After that move, I do believe it'll sell off and create a new higher low. But other than that, I mean, it's just guaranteed money. You really can't go wrong.
Yeah, it's really really interesting. Okay, gotta get some sleep.
Appreciate it, Ken. Thank you for the call, man.
Sir.
Yeah, I mean, you really can't go wrong with some of these large caps right now. I mean, you couldn't really go wrong as well. Besides the guys who just got completely shitted on Tesla today, man, Tesla didn't have a great day. And then after hours, where's Tesla at after hours right now? It's just, I mean, you want to talk about a murder. It's just horrible. Absolutely horrible. Mr. Lloyd, is this you?
Man, what's going on, Sal? How you doing, brother?
Mr. Lloyd, where have you been, Mr. Lloyd?
I told your ass, man. I told you. I said I had to go to DC to get a lawyer, and then I had to work on this damn Airbnb because it was taking too damn long to finish this shit, man. I mean, I need to get this business started. So basically, I just spent almost $200,000 just on my house, and it was just taking too long. It was just taking too long, and so. So anyways, man, and then I had to go to DC because the other attorney wanted to shit on the case at the end. So
what was he trying to do? Just get a cheap deal?
Oh yeah, he called me up because he didn't want to put no work into it. The hearing is November like the 9th. He's like, well, yeah, I think first he was talking about 250. If we get through this certain process, if you beat summary judgment, basically the judge is going to dismiss your case, and so you have to explain why your case shouldn't be dismissed. And so once we made it through summary judgment, he's like, well, I think we should go ahead and settle. Like, he wasn't a very good trial attorney.
Yeah. They was going to give you that nigga settlement. That's called that nigga settlement. That's what it's called, the nigga settlement. Yeah.
Right. He said, hey, so why don't you just take $5,000 and you owe me about 30? I said, get the fuck out of here. You lost your damn mind. Yeah. So anyways, he bailed out, and so I had to go to D.C. Because I figured that's where most of the good attorneys are, and so I ended up picking up one. And other than that, man, I mean, I just got back into the swing of things. It's been very, it was a nice break, and I think I made like $700 this morning off Goldman Sachs.
Goldman Sachs? Okay.
I did some crazy ass shit. I just bought 30 contracts at the money and stood into it for like 2 minutes.
Yeah. It's been like that, bro. It's been like that. Goldman Sachs is one I've been following, but it wasn't making the move, so I got out of it. But it looks like it's finally got back into positive territory here now. From middle of September now into October. Nice move today too. Nice, very impressive.
Let me tell you what happened today, man. So it was 6:45, I think it was. I can't remember the exact time. I bought 30 contracts at the money at 98 cents. Mm-hmm. My dumb ass sold at $1.12 or $1.15 or something like that.
Okay.
I get to work.
Wow.
Sit down, turn on the fucking computer, and those bitches are at fucking $2.60.
I mean, it's a little bit too easy, man. And when it gets too this easy, that's when you need, you got to be cautious. That's what I'm excited as, because I have some dirt cheap puts. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're still getting shitted on as the market continues to go higher. So it is what it is.
Right. So hey man, I got a story to tell real quick. You ever heard of the app called Nextdoor?
Nextdoor? No, never heard of that. What is that?
So Nextdoor is an app where it allows you, your neighbors to kind of tell you what's going on. So somebody breaks in a house or mail theft, and somebody got a picture of the person, or something more frequent, Amazon boxes. I mean, you ever had somebody steal your Amazon shit off the
Yes, I have had that happen at a house before. Yes.
So supposedly, people that got cameras and stuff supposed to, help each other out. And I'm at work. I get a phone call from this guy. Say, hey man, there's about 20 cop cars driving up and down the street. And so I go in this app. I don't use it very often, but I said, hey, let me go ahead and see what's going on. So they start chatting about it. Say, hey, there's a cop car cattywampus on my corner right here, and and helicopters flying around. And I'm like, okay, well, I said, what's going on? Hey, what I mean, shit. I mean, is a jailbreak or something? I mean, shit. So the guy, I sent the reply back. He was like, well, I'm too scared to go outside and basically, to figure out what the fuck is going on in front of his own fucking house. I said, I'll tell you what. I said, let me get off work. I'm on my way over there right now. Let me know what street you on. I'll go talk to the police. Okay. By the time I get there, the motherfucking police is going to shit. And so I had to go fucking chase down the mailman to figure out somebody broke into a house. But, I'm going to tell you something. If you guys are using Nextdoor, don't fucking open your blinds up and say, oh, the police is out there, but you won't find out what's going on. So, anyways, man, I just had a vent. How you holding up, man? Everything good?
Yeah, everything's good, man. Back on the show, back doing what I love to do, man. So, I missed you, bro. So man, I know you got things to take care of. That's what millionaires do, like yourself. So,
shit, man, I'm in debt. I am total debt. Basically, this is all an investment, because I told you I took a downgrade in my job, and so I'm risking a lot to basically to hopefully have a comfortable life one day. I mean, somebody taught me to do this. I mean, it didn't happen overnight. And the first thing this lady told me was, you need to put yourself in an environment where you're not stressed. Yeah. I was like, you know what? Because like I was telling my friends, I used to laugh at people that worked at McDonald's. I always wanted a complex job where, you make a lot of money, but it's hard work. And I really, what the fuck am I? Why am I working so hard for? Why don't I miss going, doing a simple ass job, going to work, coming home, and not having to worry about what's happening at work. People say, "Oh, just leave it at the job." When you got a stressful ass job, you can't do that shit. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how people can say just leave it at work. So, but yeah, man. Listen, I'm gonna mail you my food stamp card this month. Maybe you can hook me up with some cash.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. Might come back with zeros on it, but yeah.
Hey, they still sell food stamp cards around your neighborhood?
Hell yeah, man. What you talking about, dude? I don't care how much money I made. I'm still going to the hood and getting the 1 for 2, bro. I don't care. I'm still going to the hood to get the 1 for 2.
Right. Hey, I got another question. I'm gonna throw it out here. Now, what you 30, 32, 33?
30.
30. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, do you still eat your mom's cooking?
Yeah. Every time I'm back home, bro. That's one thing I look forward to.
I just, I think I'm at a certain age. I can't for some reason stand my mama's cooking. You know what I'm saying? It just don't seem right.
Okay. You think it's you think your mother's cooking is disgusting or what?
I don't know. It was like good back in the day, man. But when I'm eating it as I'm older, it just doesn't look right. When she make the pancakes, they all extra brown and kind of burnt on the side. Like, I don't remember. I must have been hungry as hell as a kid. You know what I'm saying? You thought your mom was the best chef and shit. When you come home and you see a plate of food, as I got older, I'm like, what the hell is this?
Wow.
Anyway.
Well, I know some people, as they get older, they lose their touch. But hey, man, I got a question in the chat room. Are you still playing, Bad Science is asking, are you still playing PCLN? And are you going to be playing that into earnings, by the way? Because I know it's in a couple days.
Man, you know what? I've never played it. Every time I play earnings, I thought about this. I was like, maybe we should go half and half. I buy the puts and you buy the calls, and we'll see. You just mail me some money if you want. Yeah. Because, the thing of it is, man, is that every time I think about playing some earnings, either the shit moves sideways or it goes against me.
Yeah.
Or, I only had it one good time, and it was CMG. I would never forget it, man. Okay. And I think, so I ended up buying some puts on that. And the next morning, gapped down, and I was up $800. I sold that shit, and because the spread was so big, I think it was like $7, a $7 spread. Damn. So basically, I took a loss. So, but you have to pay attention, especially after earnings. You have to pay attention, because if you just hit that sell button trying to get out real quick, the market makers mess you up.
Yeah.
And so the profit shows $700. So it was like $13 an option, whatever I can't even think of it now. $13 per option, and it was either $6 on the ask, and it was like 13 on the bid or something. It was either vice versa. Shit, so man. I hit the fucking bid, and I was like, how in the fuck did I lose money when I was up $700? I ended up calling TD. Like, hey man, that's some type of fucking glitch going on.
They don't give a fuck, bro. They don't give a fuck. If you lose money and you call the broker, they will say, well, sir, when you signed up for the brokerage services, you agreed to not hold us liable for any, you're like, what the fuck? Right. So they don't care. They don't care.
Well, that's when I found out that after earnings, the bid and ask is manipulated straight at the beginning. So if you ever see like PCLN, is probably going to be a good one. You'll see the ask like at $30 and the bid like at 10, and so some sucker would think that they're getting $3,000, but they're only getting 1,000. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have to be very conscientious about that. But yeah, somebody asked me about the baby, man. Yeah, my wife had a miscarriage over the summer.
Yeah.
So I'm taking my Viagra right now to no, I'm just playing. But
yeah, man.
You
gotta do, man, Mr. Lloyd. Of course, my sincere condolences for that. But I know you guys are looking forward to the second go around. So we definitely all wish you luck on that.
Yeah, man. Hey, what's up with the background, man? Are we on our way to Stairway to Heaven or what, man? What's all this white in the background? You used to have all kind of crazy stuff. What happened to
that's coming back. Don't worry. I'm going to have it's on back order on Amazon. The whole like green screen. So we're gonna have the green screen back. Don't worry. I remember you telling me about that. We're gonna have the green screen back as soon as that comes back up. And yeah, I'll have Vegas, New York, whatever the hell you guys want to see in the background.
Yeah, what you got around you, like a curtain or something, man? I mean, I can't even. I mean, this is a pure white.
No, it's a white
wall. Is that a shower curtain?
It's just a wall. That's all it is.
I mean, you could put a flag up in the background, or a shirt. You know what I'm saying? Or let's see the couch. I mean, you don't even show the couch no more. Is someone on the couch?
No, nothing's on the couch. I just fuck it. I just put it on the light.
If you got some dirty drawers on the couch, man, don't be ashamed. I mean, hell, I mean, you at the house. You know what I'm saying? Show your dirty drawers. All right, brother. Have a good one, man.
Mr. Lloyd, thank you so much for calling, man.
Right,
appreciate you, bro. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Mr. Lloyd for you here. Shout out to Mr. Lloyd for the call. Yeah, he always bothers me about the whole background thing. So we're going to have the green screen back up. Those of you guys who haven't been watching for long enough, I used to have the green screen and all that stuff. And every night, I would have like a different city, and guys would, my city's next and all that. So I'll go back to that. I didn't think people cared about it, but, I guess y'all do. Some of y'all do. Mr. Lloyd was being one of them. All right. Yes, indeed. So wishing the best, yes, definitely for Mr. Lloyd and his wife, as Mr. Lloyd and his wife attempt their second attempt at a baby. So we definitely send our prayers to them. Getting back to this market, you mentioned Priceline. I'm in agreement with him. I think they'll do really well, but if you guys remember, man, Expedia didn't do so well a couple of days ago. So I'm a little worried about some of these companies like Priceline. I don't know if you guys saw the Expedia last week. Expedia fell on its ass and still oversold. So that's been a play that I kept an eye on because I'm thinking about buying some calls in. But it has yet to clear the gap, and today was just definitely not a day to look into buying some Expedia. I'd love to see it prove itself a little bit, but Expedia is one of those that's kind of fell off the roof. All right. XXII, a former big-time winner here, a stock that we used to talk about very much here back in August, but now seems to be losing its mojo, has pretty much lost its mojo. Now it's support or trying to find support, XXII, trying. It's fine. It's really trying. For the most part, some people would say it's already failed it, but we know sometimes it can kind of hang by a line, just below a line, just on top of a line, but that's where you are right now with XXII. I don't know. Can it get back to what it used to be? We'll see. We'll definitely see. But definitely things have kind of gone the other way on XXII. All right. Yeah, we talked about CYTR earlier, old boy Peach. This is a reverse split. Again, the stock was trading... what was it trading for yesterday? I think it was like 47 cents, 37 cents, something like that. Maybe even lower. But this is coming down. Right now, all you got to do is just try to find out if there are any shares to short because, yes, they're reverse split, but as I said, the fundamentals haven't changed. It's still the same company. And unless they put out some news that scares the shorts away, that's going to be in the 150s very soon. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 170 tomorrow. I mean, that's how aggressive these guys can be when you have these reverse splits. 33 cents. Wow, 33 cents legendary. Ooh, wow. So, yeah. Could very well be there again. California Resources. Okay, looks like I've looked at this before. I marked that 1192 as the breakout, and sure enough, it committed to it today. High was 1228. Why did you leave so many people up there today? Let's look at the 5-minute. All right, so here's yesterday's move, and here's today's move. So today's move, not much here from today, but as you can see, yesterday's move is where all the power came from. Wow, closing that really quickly, that 10:39 to 11:38 in one day. We didn't bring this up. I didn't bring this up yesterday. Nice move there. As I said, the 1190, 1183 was the breakout. It looks like it was a couple months ago now. June 13th was that high. And looks like I marked that, and you did break out of that today. So let's see if that keeps going. Looks like that beautiful little almost cup and handle forming there. You see that? Nice little almost cup and handle. Not the prettiest one of all, but nice one to break out of that area. And you're still pretty, 69. Obviously, want to be a little lower, but can you get another day in that or so? I mean, you've got 4 days of green here. I wish I could have alerted you to it earlier, but I don't doubt, again, as long as oil stays pretty well here. Here's crude right now, the live chart, 54.33. And so far, so good. So far, so good on crude. And I don't doubt why we can't stay above those levels. So California Resources, oil and gas exploration play. Not the cheapest stock in the world, though. Not the cheapest in the world. Yeah, GoPro, dropping $1 after hours. Look, GoPro, unfortunately, the situation you got in GoPro is the fact that I wish they had went into police cameras. Adventure sports is a big thing, but you got to be able to innovate. You got to be able to come up with different kind of things. And GoPro just didn't make the leap into other things. They could have got into home security. They could have got into so many other great, businesses, but they continued to stay in action sports, and they're the best action sports camera, right? But, at the end of the day, investors are looking for more, and they weren't able to deliver that. And I do know GoPro now completely crapping on itself after hours. Where are we after hours on GoPro? Matter of fact, let me pull that up real quick. GoPro, where we are after hours on GoPro. I'm seeing a bid of 968. I'm not sure. Let's see what happens on that. I'm seeing a low an ask of 975. Oh my God, 975. So yeah, you're absolutely right. 968 bid, 975 ask. So that will probably go lower intraday. So if you're looking for a good put buy, that's probably going to go a lot lower. Now with that, once you see that, what happens is that when companies fail earnings over the course of several days, they will sell off. So that's why, typically on a put, you don't really want to get a quick expiration after an earnings. You want it to be a day out, or not a day out. You want it to be a week or two out from expiration, because it fails earnings and then it'll continue to sell off. We'll see that next week in Snap. We'll see that with GoPro. We'll see that with Macy's, JCPenney, companies that we know are going to be expected to fail earnings. You'll see them sell off several days after earnings. All right. PLX, 800,000 shares traded. Biotech play. Don't know too much about this one. BTE, Joe Silva. BTE, Baytex. Yeah, another energy play. Small cap energy play. Yeah, we had over 12 companies get on the top 100. Most of them, all of them energy. We talked about, again, PES being one of them. CHK was one of them. CHK putting up almost 2% today. What else? We saw quite a few of them. HOS was another one of them to make What's this? TOO2 offshore company, 1.56% gain. So I mean, they're working their way up. They're working their way up. Obviously, still got a lot of work to do. Still got a lot to work to do. BTE was definitely one of them with a nice gain today, showing some volatility here. Several days now. Look at that. Really responding to that move, right? Really responding to the move. Was earnings today? It's saying it was today. I'm not sure on that. Okay, no, actually, no, tomorrow. Tomorrow. Wow, conference call tomorrow for them to announce earnings tomorrow on Baytech. So be aware of that. Be aware of that. WTI is another oil play I see here. Nice. Look at that gap up gain day today. Up 5.75% on WTI. Nice move. 3.5 million shares too. Very liquid stock right there. Southwest Energy, SWN. SWN. Let's see what that chart looks like. Ooh, all right. This is one of, here's another one too. Really volatile. We missed out on it? I hope not. But again, very bearish, right? Poor oil prices. But now back at 53 a barrel, now headed higher. Gap up on that one too as well. So if we look at the ETF, which isn't the best way to trade oil, but sometimes a good judge, back over my level at 295. Now it's something I would consider. Now I wouldn't even touch it below 295. Now you're at 295. Can you maintain it higher and possibly get a breakout? USO call options are dirt cheap. I mean, they're like, pennies. You can play USO. Matter of fact, let me just pull up a USO. If I wanted to go on this, let's look at a January, probably not even that long. Let's look at November 17th. We're at $10.90. The $11 call for November 17th is going for 16 cents. So that's $16, right? So for $16, you can buy USO $11, and you'll be in some decent money. Not on one contract. One contract's not going to get you there, but it's cheap because you're supposed to buy a shitload. That's why there are 49,000 open interest contracts. You're supposed to buy a shitload, and then you expect it to go higher, and that's kind of how you make a bag in those kind of ETFs. But they're more expensive ways and more lucrative ways to play crude, being stocks. All right, Bad Scientists, you see you're loving CHK from the swing. That's what's up. WCIG. WCIG, is this what you're talking about? WCIG, only 500 shares. Only 500 shares, unless I'm pulling up something different, but that's the WCIG I'm looking at. Mr. Lloyd, you're saying PCLN is going to dump. Okay. Yeah, I that's why I wanted to show that Expedia. That's why I wanted to show that Expedia too, just to be careful on those, because looks like that business didn't have a great 2017 with the hurricanes in Florida as well as in Houston. I have no doubt in my mind, those companies took a beating over the last 4 months that this quarter entails. All right, we saw the guy who's getting killed on social media, Papa John's, CEO of Papa John's, came out and blamed the NFL. So as you see here, the market responded to those terrible earnings. Whoo! Terrible, 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 earnings on Papa John's. Now Papa John's, who knows what the future holds for Papa John's, but their food is disgusting. I don't even think they can blame the football players. Papa John's is pretty disgusting because it seems like, you didn't see the same problem with Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings I was in the 120 puts, and it was going against me. But again, it was a November 17th put. Sometimes you just got to be a bit patient. Now Buffalo Wild Wings at 114. I could have kept holding, but I'd already made very nice profit on it. And it was pretty illiquid. I only had 2 contracts, so it is what it was. Nice play on that. All right. It look like the Mike Tyson gap. And Priceline might look very much like that. Priceline might look very much like that. All right. Again, that was Expedia. Huge gap down. All right. What's going on, Kenny Nichols? Apple earnings tomorrow. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect out of Apple, especially when you had to sell off today. I don't know what that was about. Yeah, you were pretty hot to start off the day, but I mean, there are a lot of hot stocks out there, so I don't know what that was about on Apple. So we'll see. I know Baba's tomorrow. Facebook opens up. They announced today they killed it, so it should be a really great day for the tech sector overall. All right. Should be over. So, and by the way, we should see a sell-off in this. Bad Science just talked about, shorting stocks that are over. So this got a 92 RSI and it's still running. It gapped up today. A 92 on the RSI. 92. And it's still running. And so I've been looking for an opportunity to short the shit out of this thing. As that pulls back possibly $2 or $3, but it's just not happening. It just continues to go up. And we're not getting the pullback at all that we're expecting on this stock. So it is what it is. But Intel, as I've said it already, Intel, if we continue to have this bullish momentum in the market overall, Intel is going to be next year's NVIDIA. Intel is going to be next year's NVIDIA. I will not be surprised if you see $100 Intel this time next year, if this bull market continues to go higher. All right. Domino's Pizza also down. Yeah, Domino's Pizza also down. A lot of these businesses are going to be selling off. I mean, they can blame the NFL they want. At the end of the day, you still get hungry. So I don't know what they're talking about. I think they are greatly underestimating the changing behaviors of America. You know what I mean? Where a lot of people are on this healthy thing right now. A lot of people loving whole foods and healthier foods. And I think right now you got a lot of companies that are just looking for someone else to blame and are really underestimating the fact that you got a lot of people out here who want to get healthy. You got a lot of people out here who want to get off medications. They want to live longer. They want to, lose weight. They're really serious about it. And, they're not going to buy pizza. They're not going to buy pizza. So I think they're scapegoating a little bit. All right? Because when you're seeing other restaurants that are in similar lines of business beating, like Buffalo Wild Wings, which is more expensive, not overly, but definitely more expensive than one medium-sized pizza. All right, everybody knows that the food is killing. Absolutely, man. People know it's all processed cheese. Is and especially when you're getting some of this food from Papa John's, you're getting some of the worst processed quality food that you can get. They're all about the margins, so they're not giving you good quality cheese. I mean, they're getting you bottom of the line shit. So do your research on that. All right, ABHI. Let's take a look at it. OTC stock, 0009, up 12.5%. Nice day today. Obviously, looking at the chart, this is where you want to get in, right? I mean, obviously, if these patterns continue, then you should set yourself up from a move going higher. So, you would take a position and wait, but you're counting on this pattern to continue. So it's done it several times, right? I mean, you go, come back, go, come back, go, come back. As you can see here, there was a delayed reaction here, whatever this was. Then it goes, comes back, goes, and comes back. So that's basically all you're depending on right now. But sure, I mean, if you get one of these moves and you can sell it at the top, this is almost about 700%, right? This is 0024. 0024. So Yeah, almost 500, 700% from where you are now. Could very well get there. Yeah. 4 times, excuse me. Giggles, remember the cheese, the used cheese they hit back to spot back in the day? That's funny. Amazon buying the crypto domains. Yeah, I saw that Amazon story about them buying the crypto domains. I think that was just them trying to protect their brand. I don't know if they're going to get into crypto. We saw Overstock.com today announce, or actually several days ago, they're actually doing an ICO. So they're going to actually have their own like coin, Overstock.com. What's their ticker? I mean, so Overstock.com, OSTK, right? Yeah, OSTK. This is OSTK. They came out and said that they're going to actually start doing they're going to do an ICO. So they're going to actually have their own like coin, and which is really interesting. That's very interesting. So we'll see how that plays out on Overstock.com. $46.15 up a quarter. But as you guys, have heard me say, I'm not a big fan of any of the Bitcoin stocks. Just go buy crypto. Just go buy crypto. If you want crypto, just go buy crypto. Go buy yourself some Bitcoin, sit on it. You're getting better returns than the market. Shit. You're getting better returns than the market. I mean, let's just be honest. You got guys over there making a killing. Obviously, you want to diversify, right? You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. You got some guys doing that. But you always want to, be spread out because you never know what tomorrow can bring. But nice play on that. And even on Bitcoin, some of the things, the fact that you just because you get in at the market rate doesn't mean you're going to get out at the market rate. So there's a feed involved and all of that too. So that's the thing about Bitcoin. EGY, Valco Energy, 88 cents. I like this, Joe. I appreciate that you bringing this up. Crushing that September high that it set. Nice day today, up 11%. 500,000 shares traded, so it's pretty light. Love to see a little bit more come, but I think more would come. Again, as long as this catalyst of that higher price of oil stays with it, could bring in some more volume into this, obviously. But you do have some higher priced oil plays that are a lot more popular. All right. So yeah, guys. I mean, we didn't have a major runner today. NXE. Let me see. NXE. What was? Oh, that's a uranium. Yeah, we didn't have a major runner today. So no crazy thing to possibly think could run tomorrow. After hours news, I didn't see anything incredible come out after hours. Let me see here. Let me see the news streamer. Yeah, I didn't see anything crazy come out after hours. That would be of any interest to anybody. Yeah, nothing I'm scanning right now. Nothing that I see of interest. Nothing I see of interest. Let's check a look at gold, GLD on gold. Gold bouncing back, man. It's been really up and down for gold. I've been trying to track where this thing is going. And if you guys remember yesterday, I told you it cracked my thing. And then all of a sudden we had a green day today in gold as gold prices soar. I'm still considering it bearish until we get above that purple line. But I don't know. It's fighting and maybe even creating a new trend. I might have to move my lines. But that's gold for you. That is gold for you. All right. Bill Barrett, oil and gas company. I don't know what's the deal with Bill Barrett Corporation. Man, this kind of came out of nowhere, didn't it, huh? Let's go back to the daily chart. Where did this come from? Okay, I'm like, okay, I thought that was a 5-minute. That's what I'm like, I thought I would have picked up that chart. Here's the daily chart on Bill Barrett Corporation, oil and gas play. Oil and gas play, BBG is the ticker, up 21%. I don't know what the volume was today, but that's a very big move for a company like that. Only $345 million market cap. It can do it. I mean, it can do it. I just don't know what else is going on there. That's a big move. I understand a 5-7% move at many of these smaller ones, but that's a 21% change in the value of the company. So that's big. That's not just oil. That's something else going on there. So just be a little cautious. Be a little cautious. You know, what changed overnight? 21%. Just be a little cautious on that one. All right. Crude is soaring. Absolutely. Crude is soaring. All right, traders. Let me go ahead and ring the bell. You guys know I like to get you out of here by 11. Let me go ahead and ring the bell. Great show again. Thank you to Mr. Lloyd for calling. Looking forward to another trading day tomorrow. Another opportunity for you to go out there and make some money. I don't know where I'm going to end up on Facebook. I only got one more day. But again, I got the 160 call, so I could care less on the time value because I'm so deep in the money. I just hope it doesn't sell off tomorrow. If it does, then I'll just take the L and find a great short tomorrow. Quite a few out there and make whatever it is back up. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate it. Thank you, Robert. All right. Make a video about what happened to me. Sal, best education resources for the new investor. If you're a new investor, go and get yourself a TD Ameritrade account. It takes 5 minutes. Click the education section and watch as many of those videos as you need. It's completely free of charge. TD bought the company Invest Tools. Great videos. It's the same stuff you're getting from some of these guys who are trying to sell it to you for $200 a month. You're getting it absolutely free of charge. Free of charge. All right. TD Ameritrade is giving you great videos that you can watch in free of charge. If you like what we've been talking about in terms of options, you can go to tastytrade.com. It's a live channel where you can watch great content. I'm all about options 24/7. Get yourself, you want to learn about candlesticks, get this book, The Candlestick Course. Really great book by Steve Neeson. You can get his older books. Those are good too. Patterns, if you want to learn patterns, you can visit thepatternSite.com. thepatternSite.com. That's absolutely free. If you want to learn more about technical trading encompassing candlesticks and other things like that, you can go to stockcharts.com, and go to, at the top of the screen, it should say Chart School, and it's completely free content there as well. All right, so there are more than enough free resources out here for you. But more importantly, keep watching this show. I appreciate all of you so much. Keep watching this show. Keep getting involved and in the lingo, because once you get the lingo, watch CNBC during the day if you get a chance. Once you get the lingo, you'll realize all those guys on CNBC, they're just guessing. They're just guessing. They're just guessing. Nobody can predict the future. They're just guessing, but they make it sound so good. They're just guessing, but they make it sound so good. All right? Once you get the lingo down, you'll realize they're all full of shit. All right? Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow to wrap up the week. Monday through Thursday is the show. So I'll be back up tomorrow to wrap up the week. And we'll see how Facebook does. We'll see how Tesla ends up. Oh, my God. Are we talking Tesla below 300? Who knows? Juan Diaz, thank you, man. Joe Silva, Pro Woman. Stock Z, thank you. AMD, I don't know where AMD is going, man. AMD is not looking good, bro. When you're talking about sub 10, remember we talked to AMD yesterday, and we said it's got to hold on to 990s, and it's headed for that support. So be very, very careful on AMD, bro. Be very careful. Michael B, thank you. Bad Scientist, appreciate you, man. Calico Dirty. Again, my friend, one of my original people to watch the show, Mr. Lloyd. Thank you so much for calling in, brother. All of that. Everybody watching now and in the future, I appreciate all of you. Press like on this video right now if you can. I'd be so grateful for you to do that. Until tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, happy trading. Thank you, George. See you guys tomorrow. Take care.